Welcome to Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV. Thank y'all for tuning in. A fall camp has started for Alabama. Alabama fall camp has started. So, hey, Nick Saban did the first interview yesterday. We started seeing the first clips of Alabama practicing yesterday. So, what was your thoughts about everything, man?
Hey, I listen to Nick Saban. Everything positive seems like to me.
Everything positive. I like it too.
Yeah, everything positive.
I did note that he was talking about Thayus Jones Bell. He
Yeah,
said Thayus Jones Bell he been injured, so he medical I guess he got medical red shirt this year.
yeah.
But I also heard that he ain't gonna be with the team no more. But I didn't hear that from him. I'm saying what he said, but the other stuff word on the street that he ain't gonna be with the team as well. So I don't know about that, man. I don't know
Yeah,
about that.
I think it's some kind of mental shit.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think it is.
He one of them dudes that been around Bama for a while too, man.
Yeah, he been there 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he been there 3 years. So
And he said
yeah, we'll be without a little bit of depth. That's about it.
Yeah.
So
And he said something about Jamari Miller is one of the people that didn't practice yesterday too. But he said he'll be back probably in a couple of days. Just a little I guess he a little nicked up from
yeah,
whatever.
he had a quad strain, so not too serious.
Yeah.
But he'll be back plenty of time for before the season starts.
Yes, sir. Two
So
times.
that's a good thing.
Just Stephenson, Eric D, if y'all in there, appreciate y'all for tuning in. 2000. So I knew Alabama fans were in fall camp.
Yeah, man.
Bobby, what's going on? Roll time, my brother.
So yeah, man. I like what he had to say about CJ Dupree, man, at the tight end position, man.
Ooh. And see, I've been big on tight ends all since we got Tommy Reese, and there's another dude that's on the coaching staff. The reason why I'm excited about the tight ends is Ken Wisenhunt. Wisenhunt, he worked with them tight ends too in the past, so I think behind the scenes he gonna have something to do with the tight end game. We all know Tommy Reese like to do something with the tight ends, and we can't downplay Joe Cox neither. Joe Cox one of the young up and coming minds, and he the tight ends coach, and I believe we're gonna see a lot from these tight ends. And what he said about CJ Dupree just made me feel even more better and what I thought that he's gonna be. And I'm gonna tell you, I think Danny Lewis Jr. is gonna be also somebody to watch out for in that tight end room.
Yeah, but I think CJ Dupree gonna be that number one tight end.
Yeah,
now, who gonna
too.
be number two? I think Damian Lewis or Robert Oops.
Yeah, I mean, and one of the thing with Robert Oops, we can't knock him out because Robert Oops been playing since freshman, and Robert Oops is gonna be big time for you can line him up out wide, and he's gonna be a good blocker, even out wide blocker on the perimeter. And I think we've been using him for an H-back, and he can do a little bit of improvement out of the H-back blocker, but I think he's gonna be very much improved in all that aspect or whatever though, man. But I think I really see us can possibly use all four tight ends. And when I mean all four, Amari Nee Black, Robbie Oots, CJ, and Danny Lewis Jr., I really can see all them boys playing a role, but I think CJ will be I believe CJ, and the way he talk about CJ is gonna be our number one.
Yeah, don't forget about Miles Kesselman, man.
Yep. And I was gonna bring him up next because
so we deep at every position, man.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man, and then he talked about Jalen Key. Say he can play in the box and he can play deep.
And see, what like people who ain't familiar with Jalen Key, go look at Jalen Key highlights. Jalen Key was probably like the best open field tackler that he came from UAB, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, he came from UAB. I think he was the best open field tackler that they had, and for him to say that he could play in box or back deep, they just tell you how versatile he is and what kind of contribution he'll have towards the team.
Yeah. So hey, I mean, Do I think he'll start at safety? You know, I don't know, man. I don't know,
No,
because you remember you got Caleb Downs back there, and you got well, shit, he might be a starter. He just
see
might
this,
be a starter.
and this I would say my opinion. I think he would be a good a heavy rotational player because I feel like Earl Leonard Jr. gonna play a lot at the star,
Yeah,
and I feel like Malachi Moore gonna be back there as well. But I
yeah.
believe
Caleb
he'll be
Downs,
heavy.
Earl Little Jr., Malachi Moore. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that'd be heavy rotational for Jalen Keto, man.
yeah. Man, I think this secondary gonna be flying around this year.
Man, listen. Kevin Steele, he gonna mean business. Like I say, Kevin Steele, one of the dudes, he gonna focus on the front seven, and he gonna
Yeah,
let Tavares Robinson do his thing in the back, man. He gonna let
yeah.
him do his thing in the back,
And,
bro.
and the and the good thing about the defensive backs, man, we got one person running the show. You ain't listening to 2 or 3 other guys.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Everybody gonna be on the same page.
yep. So that's what I like. So
Yep.
shit, man. And what else he talked about? Running back position. Um,
Hey,
mm,
let's stop at the running back position. So, and this is what I be wanting to say because everybody getting lost in the sauce about this quarterback thing. And
yeah,
this is what I had one of my main talking points I wanted to talk about last night on CTS. And I hit on it the little time I was on there, but my main thing is everybody don't get fooled about this running back room because y'all talking about this quarterback room. The quarterback room gonna work itself out. Everybody saying we ain't got no Bryce Young. Listen, you don't need a Bryce Young. All you need is an offensive coordinator who's gonna play complementary football to the team. And this running back room, I feel by the end of the season gonna be the best college football running back room in college football by the end of the season.
hey, as long as that offensive line do their job, we'll be good to go.
Yes, sir.
Long as the offensive line do their job.
And my thing about the offensive line, we got a lot of talent. Yeah, we replace key pieces, but we got a lot of talent. But the difference between our offensive line this year, last year, the main focus wasn't lining it up and let's run between the guards and the tackle.
Right.
That the main thing was probably pass blocking. And I'm gonna tell you,
Yep.
as a former offensive lineman that played all positions on the offensive line, center, guard, and tackle, offensive linemen like to run block. We
Yep.
really do not like the like. I am not gonna say we don't like the pass block, but when you're pass blocking, your defenders coming at you versus when you run block, you can lay it on the defenders.
Yeah.
And last year, that wasn't the big focus with Bill O'Brien because he liked to go vertical, he liked to pass block, so it was like a pass block instead of focusing on the run block.
Right. And I heard something. I think you said something about it before, but I was watching the SEC Network yesterday, and supposedly Bill O'Brien was learning the offense from Bryce.
Yes. They matter of fact, last season that was brought up. Yes, he was learning it from
Uh,
Bryce.
you
Matter of
know,
fact, when he first got there, Mac Jones was kind of teaching it to him too as well.
right? I'm like, man, how you? That's crazy. That's crazy. And
Man,
then, and basically, you running the same offense. It was when Mac Jones was there. So why you don't know it if he was trying to teach you then?
because these old wrangle dudes, they so stuck in their ways, they don't want to goddamn go. He really probably wasn't trying to hear. He was trying to do what he wanted to do.
Right, right.
That's why this we talking about Bama now, but like when they talk about Mike Bobo, they talking about he ain't gonna reinvent the wheel. He gonna do what Todd Mungan do. Look, these OCs have their own personalities, man. They gonna eventually veer off and do what they want to do.
My thing is, they might not come in and change the system,
Yeah,
or change the what word I'm looking for? Change the way they do things, right? But they're
yeah,
gonna tweak it. They gonna tweak it
yeah.
to they
They
gonna
go because they got their own identity. In the end of the day,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause Todd Monken may be known for, the short passes, RPOs, and all that. And Mike Bobo might be known for mixing it up, running the ball, running it, bringing them safeties up, and then try to go deep. You don't know. I
Yep.
mean, yep. And I understand that not Todd Monken, but Mike Bobo was at Georgia back in for like 8 seasons.
Yeah.
He gonna have to evolve from then to now because the game done evolve.
Yes, the game
So
has changed tremendously.
I think if he come in, he can mix up some of that old stuff he used to do, but he gonna have to add some new stuff too.
Yep.
And maybe he learned from Todd Monken and what was the other guy? Well, maybe he learned from Todd Monken.
Yeah.
All right. And then he gonna have to keep some of that stuff.
Yeah, he gonna have to.
But I guarantee you he gonna tweak something to make it his own.
Yep. And so with that being said, same thing with Tom Reese. He coming in and learning Alabama system, but with Tom Reese tweaking, I think his tweaking is gonna be so beneficial because his tweaking gonna allow more balance.
Yeah. I think with him, a lot like Georgia, they're gonna use everybody on the offense.
Yes.
The running back, the tight ends, the wide receivers, letting the back catch out the backfield. So
and see, I said this to you before, and I said it on some shows before. I might be wrong, but to me, not saying it's the same thing, but it's very similar to what Todd Monken does. And what Todd Monken does for offense, it makes the quarterback position beneficial to whoever you put out there. And all three of the
it makes it easy on the quarterback.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I feel like with Tommy Reese being the OC, whatever quarterback we decide to go with, I believe it's gonna be smooth sailing because Todd Monken took a lot of the reads away from Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
If his reads wasn't there, if his key reads weren't there, it was go. It was go. And Stetson Bennett had the legs to do it. And all three of our quarterbacks that we have are all capable of getting it done with their legs. It's just Jalen Miro more explosive with his legs, but Ty Simpson and Tyler Buckner has the same ability too to use their legs to get away.
Yeah. We also seen Eli Holstein use his legs.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
In the A-Day game. So
yeah.
So I think we got 4 that can use their legs. I didn't see Dylan Lonergan run too much. So
yeah.
But I think all in all, man, Nick Saban sound pretty positive. So
yeah, he sound very
they
positive.
didn't ask too many questions about the defense, but he did bring up Justin Jefferson and Jalen Key. So
yes.
He also talked about Malik Benson too.
Yes, sir, he did.
So Malik Benson got great hands, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think he's gonna be that explosive wide receiver. That wide receiver one. And they compared him. Who did they compare him to? I read it this morning. The guy in the NFL right now. But they compared him to some guy in the NFL. So yeah.
And see how I look at it. Like when we had Mechie and Jameson Williams, Mechie was the high volume catch guy. I feel like they can be Ja'Cory Brooks.
Yeah.
But Malik Benson, I feel like you just said, I feel like he's gonna be the explosive dude.
Yeah, and they wrote an article on Malik Benson like, can he be one and done? Matter of fact, I need to do a video about that. So shit. But yeah, they're saying it's about possibility he could be one and done.
Yes, sir. But I feel like, man, we're gonna be straight, man. I feel like we're gonna be good.
Yeah, but I do feel like we're gonna be run first team though.
Yeah, I feel like that too. But it's gonna open us up for so much more, man.
Yeah.
Like that's why I say complementary football. We're gonna rely on the offensive line to run the ball, and that's gonna open up that play action. Then we're gonna hit them tight ends. And I don't think, and Tommy Reese, to me, I don't think he's gonna have all them long, drawn out vertical routes.
No.
So
No.
he gonna do that. But when you start hitting them with the slant, making them safeties come up, guess what gonna
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah.
We're gonna be able to take the top off. They're gonna open up, taking off the top.
That's it. I'm telling you know what I hope? I just hope everybody can stay healthy, man. If everybody can stay healthy, it'll be smooth sailing.
Yep, you are exactly right, bro.
We gotta stay healthy and play disciplined football.
Yep.
That disciplined football, that's really the key, man. So, what the hell? But yeah, man.
Hey,
It's gonna be
Coach Dude Sports TV. If you still in the chat, you can hop on if you want to, bro.
but let me see. Yeah. I know he compared himself to they did compare him to Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
So
But
if he
I think overall, see with that wide receiver group, I was asked before, do I think we'll have 1,000-yard receiver? And at the time I said no. And the reason why I said no, because man, we got so much depth in the wide receiver room. We got so much talent in the wide receiver room that I think it's gonna be a wide receiver group by committee, man.
that's the thing, man. We got to utilize all our players, man.
Yes.
That is the thing, man. Like we got, and we already know we got 4 capable backs. We don't know about Richard Young yet, but we know we got 4 that can run the ball and get down here. So why not use them, man?
Why not? Keep these dudes fresh, man. You gotta keep them fresh. You gotta keep them intrigued at the same time, man. Because these dudes so anxious now. They're so anxious to want to play.
You know how it need to be. It need to be like in what was it 2018 with that wide receiver crew. Like I'm gonna get this one. You get that one.
Yeah, they don't play a rock paper scissors to see who gonna get the best route. Yeah.
That's how it need to be, man.
Yep.
And hey, it need to be that way with the wide receivers too.
And even with that being said, like you said, go back to the wide receivers. We need to get back to the wide receivers blocking. That group of receivers were putting defenders on their butt when they weren't getting the ball, bro.
Yep. So they was out there having fun, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what they were doing. So if we can get back to that, man, hey, we'll be straight, man.
And this one thing I want to talk about. We don't talk about this. We don't be talking about this. How key it is for this year to bring back Will Riker. Man, I think that was so big for him to come back. I think that's so big for him to come back,
so
man.
You know, Will Riker probably would have been a first-round draft pick.
Yeah. Oh, as a kicker? No.
As a kicker. But what did well, J.K. Scott was a punter.
Yeah.
So I'm saying because matter of fact, where did Hot Rod go in the draft?
I can't remember. Talking about Jordan the kicker.
Yeah. He was a damn good kicker too now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
So
hey, I'm gonna tell you who would have picked him up.
Who that?
My Buccaneers would have drafted him in the 2nd round.
So he'd have been a 2nd-round draft pick.
I'm just saying 1 year my Buccaneers wasted the draft pick on the kicker, bro.
Oh damn!
A 2nd round. It was a second round draft pick on the kicker.
I'm still saying, what's the name? He a 1st-round kicker. He a 1st-round kicker.
Whoever drafts a kicker in the 1st round, that GM need to be fired.
hey, them motherfuckers need to kick a real bad. Real bad.
In the NFL, them boys do be missing kicks, but they
damn sure do now.
And I'm talking about not no 50 yards. They be missing kicks that you supposed to make.
Now they done brought the extra point back to the 25. They be missing that shit.
Oh yeah, that's why I said the kicks you supposed to make, they be missing.
Yeah, but man, like people be saying we got all of this talent. We got more talent than anybody else. What Nick Saban say yesterday? Talent ain't enough.
He said what he said. He said, I don't care what you did all in the offseason.
Yeah.
It don't matter when you put on them pads and stuff, man. When you put
Yeah,
on the pads and stuff different. So
yeah.
yeah,
He
y'all looking good on Instagram and everything, you know what I'm saying? Working out and stuff. It look nice. And I like that initiative. That initiative showed me something that your mindset different. But when you
yeah.
put them pants on, it's a whole different sport. That's
Well,
what I told
hey,
my son. When
hey,
they put on the pants, somebody go quit.
yeah. Because he damn sure said the talent ain't enough. You got to have the right mindset. You got to have resiliency and humility.
Yep.
So, hey, talent, hey, you can have all the talent in the world. Still ain't enough.
Hey, so then what I told my son, I said, you wouldn't believe how many average athletes are in the NFL and all levels of sports. I said, and how many great athletes are not there. I said, what
Yeah,
separated the two is their work ethic and mindset. I said, that's how a lot of average athletes get there. I said, now when you get a great athlete with a great work ethic, that's when you start seeing the Tyreek Hills, them type of dudes. But I said, it's a lot
yeah,
of average dudes that's really in the league and a lot of great people that didn't make it because of their work ethic and mindset, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a question. This is about LSU, man. How do you think LSU gonna be this year
Honestly,
with everything they bringing back, plus the guys they picked up in the transfer portal?
honestly, I think they have a shot to compete again, man. I think last year was an overachievement year. Yeah, the reason why they was in the SEC because they beat us. They lost 4 games, but still, we didn't expect that from LSU. And honestly, my dude, Coach Dude Sports coming in. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen, man? Hope y'all day good and prosperous, man. Salute, much respect.
What's up,
Yes,
brother?
yes, sir.
Man, roll tide for what? Oh, let me start the right. Let me roll dang on tide, roll tide, roll tide. That's what's
Roll
up.
Tide, baby.
Hey, man. Hey, I got a question, y'all. I ain't know. I'm just realizing that Emmanuel Henderson switched positions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I'm off. I'm just knowing that, and I'm a huge fan, man. How y'all feel about that?
Honestly, he made that switch last season, so he was at wide receiver last season. So honestly, I think he is somebody to watch out for this summer because
yeah.
this
He
spring, this fall camp. Cause
he
dude
caught
super
a he caught a touchdown in the what's the name in the A-Day game, I believe.
yeah, he did. But
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be one of those sneaker receivers who'll be like, God dang, we wouldn't talk about him much. I believe he's gonna be that dude. I believe he's gonna be a big time contributor, a sneaky big time contributor.
I think
Right,
he'll be
right.
coming
'Cause
out
he
the
got some
slot.
good speed. He got some good speed too.
Yeah,
That's something. Right, that's something we was been missing. That was something we was missing last year, man. I agree with everybody, man. When they say like the receiver core, we was missing that real good burner. And
yeah.
Yep.
like bro, like I was saying with Benson, man. I think if he can, he might be a one and done for us too, because he has that speed. If you look back at his JUCO highlights, man, he was catching the screen passes and
Take
taking
it.
them
Into the
80.
house.
Yep,
You know what
take
I'm
them to the
saying?
house.
Right.
Into the house.
Yeah,
Right.
we talked about like we said, like you just said, man. I feel like he's gonna be dangerous. Like like Tommy Reese, he's not gonna do all them vertical routes what goddamn Bill O'Brien do. He gonna shorten that out. He
Right.
gonna make these safeties. Cause Tommy Reese and bro, I'm glad you came out here because you did the video. I can't comment on my YouTube no more because my phone tripping like so I can type it, but I can't send it. And you were
Right.
talking about the quarterback situation, and you talked about Tommy Reese scheme at Notre Dame. Tommy Reese scheme at Bama is gonna be so effective. He actually knows how to scheme up on the defense, and that's what's gonna make this team so effective, bro.
Right. And
You
see
know
that's one
what?
thing when Alabama hired him, man, I looked at Notre Dame. It wasn't just I just looked at the plays. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying? Not the effectiveness, just the plays, just to see.
yes, yep,
And he has a lot of motions in his offense. See what I'm saying?
yep,
If they let him bring some of them elements down with him, man, with his motions and his eye candy on his defense, man, that'll
yep.
help. Bill
Because
O'Brien ain't doing none of that.
that's what I say. That's what we've been missing for the last 2 years with Bill O'Brien. It wasn't none of that.
Right. And see, Nick said it himself, man, during the media days, in one of his um interviews when he was saying that, the last 2 years we've been so Bryce reliant. And I've been
Yep.
saying that, man, for the
He said,
last 2 years. I've been saying that, man. Like last year, if y'all could go back to my lives, man, on Saturdays when I go live for the game, I love Bryce. Don't get me wrong. He was great player, but he was too much for what we needed last year. And Will too. They got away with too much. Will, man, made so many mental mistakes throughout the year, and he didn't get nobody corrected. See what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it just I didn't like that. I really didn't.
And see, let me double down on what you just said about the quarterback. This is a conversation I've been having too. That Bryce Young, I love that dude. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks that put on some Alabama football pads. But when you have these type of quarterbacks, like you just said, you're so dependent upon him that you're not playing team ball. So now that we don't have that quarterback, we're gonna go back to playing complementary football. Like I said, relying on the offensive line, relying on the running backs, relying on these other dudes to make plays and for it to scheme up other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Bryce Young was Superman, and we expected him to be Superman on the offense too much. And back to Will Anderson, I don't think Pete go to scheme like Will Anderson was so much of a freak athlete that he pulled it off a lot of times, but his scheme, man, it hurt their defense so much last season, bro.
Right. I agree. So let me ask y'all this: what running back y'all think we're gonna lose to the transfer portal? Because we're gonna lose somebody.
Oh boy, that's a sensitive subject, boy. That's a sensitive subject.
No, we gotta be real. Gotta be honest. We gotta be.
honest, boy. That's a sensitive subject.
Somebody gonna leave, man. I think Jam gonna leave after this year.
Hey, KB, well, who you think, KB?
I'm going with the last one that came in, Richard Young.
Hey,
you know
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
I don't think Jam gonna leave, man. Because Jace and Roydell seniors this year.
True.
And see, and that's how I wish I can talk to him and relate to him in that manner that realize 2 of these guys gone. So it's gonna open up. Be patient. But if I gotta keep it honest with you, I'm on the same page. J.M. Miller, if he can't get off the way he wants to get off this year, I think it'll be J.M. Miller. If he can't get off the way he wants to get off.
But you got to understand, he the next man up.
Yeah.
That's to me, that's kind of like Brian Robinson.
I'm gonna tell you who else I put. Think about Keelan Robinson. If he would have never set out that COVID year, bro, he would have next man up.
Yep.
True. That is true.
Yep.
That is true. But with Justice coming in, man, I think Justice gonna push and the other kid that just came in for fall camp. If they get that field, man, they push Jam back down further down the depth chart, man.
See, but that's the thing. Jam, he was a 5-star too, one. He was a 4 or 5.
I thought so.
Even if Richard Young not Richard Young, but Justice Haynes be the first back next year. I mean, three back rotation ain't bad. You just rotating, keep all of them happy.
Right. They gotta get at least next year. I know this year ain't gonna happen, but next year all 3 of them gonna have to get at least 10 touches a game. This year, man, I'm praying that we give Roydell and Jace at least 15 touches a game, man. I don't care how they get it, screen back. That's one thing we didn't do last year. We didn't do no screens. We didn't do none of that last year, man. They got to get the ball at least 15 times a game.
Primarily they use Roydell as a 3rd down back.
Right, true. That's true. He was the big back.
See, that's what I'm saying about short yardage back. I'll just say that.
Right, but like if you look at Notre Dame, they like y'all was saying earlier, they utilize their tight ends. That's why we picked up old boy from Maryland. That's why what I'm saying, we got one of the top recruiters, top rated tight ends coming in. What I'm saying, for next year, because we're going to use the tight ends. I just looked at what I'm saying, how they utilize their running backs. So that's one good thing. And their offensive line, man, we'll finally get back to being a great offensive line. I kept telling everybody, like, man, if your offensive line is passing the ball 70% of the time, man, and they big like that, and they're more run dominant, they're gonna look bad. See what I'm saying? No, it don't matter if it's from whatever level, from the amateur level all the way to the pro level, if they're built on one thing, but they doing something else, they're gonna look. As long as we
And,
get back to what we do, we're gonna be okay.
and before you came out, that is what I said. I said, I'm a former offensive lineman. I said, we pass block. I said, but offensive lineman, I play center, guard, tackle. I play them all. I said, man, we like run blocking, bro. I said, and
Right.
the offense we had last year, it was built around pass blocking. So yes, that like you just said, it will make you look bad. I said, but old linemen, they like to run block, bro. So if you ain't practicing, you ain't preparing to run block, your whole thing is pass block, because we depending on Bryce to air it out. I said, yeah, it's gonna eventually get to you. It makes Tyler Steve not look so good. You know what I'm saying? Think about when we ran the ball towards the latter part of the season, how dominant Tyler Booker was pulling from that guard position, pancaking people, because it started the Ole Miss game when I started seeing the change. We started relying more on the run, not as much as I wanted to, but more on the run, and the offensive line started looking better because they was preparing to run the ball more.
Right. But see, one thing about like with football nowadays, man, everybody is infatuated with the pass, the pass, the pass, the pass, the pass. The pass is the running game now. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that, but if you don't have that team, for that, see what I'm saying? You have to, as a coach, you gotta make some adjustments. That's one thing. Nick, I don't know if it was a power struggle because of Bill O'Brien and his statue when it comes to coaching. You know what I'm saying? Being levels that he coached at. I don't know if it was a power struggle to where Nick didn't just throw the headphone down and say, "Run the dang on ball." You know what I'm saying? And I understand like a lot of people. I've been having the arguments on my page. Everybody like, man, the running the ball, running the ball. I said, but listen, man, if you go to the NFL, even to the NFL, the run sets up everything else. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
And with this team, with being the last 2 years being finesse took off the sting. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying? It didn't make anything because it made us look mortal. See what I'm saying? Being finesse. And we not that finesse. And then I say this too. When you got that type of offense, it makes the defense look bad. If you
That's
look at
fact.
everybody that got a high power offense that's putting up 50 points a game, the defense is giving up 25 to 30 points a game because the defense is not getting enough rest.
Hey,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
you remember that year we had two, the year we got smoked by Clemson? Think about how fast we were getting off the field that season, bro.
Right,
We was getting
right.
off the field on the opposite side of the ball so fast because it was big play after big play versus what we used to do, control the game, and then resting up that defense, and the defense would come in full force.
Right, right. I mean, and see, that's why I think we're gonna get back to this year, and that's why a lot of the analysts and a lot of the other people are saying, "Hey, man, I'm gonna have that defense again because they're gonna be able to control the clock instead of going 3-play touchdown, 3-play field goal. We're gonna go 7, 8, 9, 10 play. That's
Yep,
gonna help the defense. It's gonna help the special teams. It's gonna help the crowd. It's gonna help everybody. You see
everything.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
It's
was
gonna
gonna
help the
say
water
Tommy
boy.
Reese. His style of offense wears down the defense.
Yes, yes.
Facts, facts.
So,
And see,
Hey,
I
but
like that eye candy, man. I like them shifts in the movements before the pre-snap. He does a lot of pre-snap eye candy, man, and I really, really like that. Because I mean, just think about it. We used to do that a lot. See what I'm
yeah,
saying? With different coordinators, we used to do that even with Stark and with Lane. Lane used to do a lot of shifting, a lot of movement. See what I'm saying? Bill O'Brien was just straight up, hey man, this is the play, we're gonna run it. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
yep. Because when you do all that, it gives you it basically gives you a look at what the defense got going. Okay, I see what they're trying to do. That's why you can see with Lane Kiffin, he doing this all game. Then I'm like, you see him call a timeout. He bring the whole offense over, call a play, and so he call it. He throw the hands up because he been watching what's going on all game with these shifts and movement, what been opening up. And so he called a play. So they hiked the ball. He got his hands up for the touchdown because he know it wide open.
Wide open. Right. And see I say, man, we just these last couple of years. I mean, we've had good football. The last couple of years we've had a national championship appearance. We've had a SEC championship. See what I'm saying? A lot of schools would love to be in our position, but to our standards, we looking like, hey, hold up, this ain't right. This not the way we win or lose. Hey man, even with the last year, a lot of people saying, well, y'all could have lost 4, but we could have went undefeated too. That's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just how the ball.
In fact. And like I tell people, like, this is my thought, like, yeah, it's a lot of questions surrounding our team. And when you take the fanboy out of it, it's legit questions. But like I tell everybody, you can't expect everybody to feel the way we feel about our team. I said, just like we feel different about other people's team, the fan base of that team feels a different way about their team. I said, but we know what we got. That's why, in the end, I ain't tripping. The only thing my mindset, my thing is, I'm concerned about this team is, can we come out with a different mindset and be disciplined this season?
Get that swag back, right?
The talent is there.
Facts. Now, this something, man. This is college football overall. I'm so sick and tired of people talking about. I know it's Alabama because of the quarterback situation. It's just like, hey, if Dallas Cowgirls had a quarterback situation, everybody would be talking about. I understand that, but we're not the only school like Georgia. Georgia got a quarterback competition going on. See what I'm saying? Ohio State got a quarterback competition going on. They looking a little suspect when it comes to the quarterback. Why nobody is speaking about that? Like Georgia, that's really kind of getting to me. Like all these bullpuppy fans. Oh well, we but y'all having a same similar situation that we're going through. Only thing is, we're just more publicized with ours.
And Kirby is preaching the same thing that Nick Saban is preaching.
Thank you.
Ain't nobody got the job yet. Ain't none of them separated themselves. But according to every Georgia Bulldog fan, Carson Beck is already the starter. Carson Beck has already thrown for 4,000 yards. Carson Beck is already a Heisman Trophy winner. Carson Beck already then took us to a national championship. According to them.
And what they say about Carson Beck get hit in the back of the end zone from 90-mile ball, from 90 yards. I say, well, if you're quarterback at Division I level, when ain't nobody rushes you, all along can probably do that. But can you handle a game time situation? See, what I feel like they take away from Stetson Bennett is they forget how Stetson Bennett was able to do it with his legs. Can Carson Beck do it with his leg if he
They say he can. But my thing, why is it so many questions being asked about Alabama quarterback when Alabama is the only one with a quarterback that started a game and got real game experience?
Thank you.
The only one.
That's why I'm screaming.
But like I say, it's coaches Alabama.
Hey, Coach, and what you just said before we got into that about the quarterback, KB, have I not been saying about all these quarterbacks? They talk about they talk about Joe Milton, how big his arm is, but they don't talk about what he did at Michigan. But they talk about how Tyler Buckner was.
You know what they told me? They told me? Well, he ain't at Michigan no more. But Tyler Buckner ain't at Notre Dame no more.
Right. And then my thing too, though, with Joe Milton, I'm like this, man. It's 2 schools that he was put on the bench for. He was put on the bench at Michigan. He was put on the bench at Tennessee. I'm just saying. I mean, this is let's slow down on that guy. He got a great offense, great team, but it's just he one of them guys got to prove it too. Then with Georgia, what about the top that other kid that's supposed to be battling? See what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's the same thing. It's just like I said with Alabama, man. It's more the exposure. Everybody's gonna talk about it more, but these other programs have the same issues.
And that's what I tell people. Michael Penix Jr., Washington, he put up Heisman numbers last year. Wasn't a Heisman finalist, but do they talk about when he was in Indiana?
Nope.
They don't talk about that.
I want to say something. I want to say something. Primetime dog. He says because we brought in a transfer. No, it wasn't. Y'all was talking about the quarterback position and Jalen Milroe before we brought in Tyler Buckner. Right. This been going on the whole offseason.
Right.
The whole offseason. When Bryce announced that he was going to the NFL. It started then.
Yep.
To me, honestly, it started when Jalen came in the Arkansas game. That's when everybody was like, "Well, he's gonna be the next one next year." And that's when everybody started kind of had they about him. That's something I don't. I like Jalen. We know he has his deficiencies, but at the same time, man, if we go by the X's and O's and we looking at what Tommy is bringing in, he might be the best man for the job. See
Hey,
what I'm saying?
listen.
But see, we get into the political side of things now, and that's the thing that I hating about Alabama, because I'm just being honest, y'all. If you look back for the last 4 or 5 quarterbacks, they've been like us. And before that, we didn't have a lot of us. So what I'm saying, so the powers that be kind of be like, hey, and we this the state of Alabama, it's Alabama, and sometimes politics, even though we got Nick Saban, sometimes politics do come into play, and I think this is real political right now. And like when people be talking about, oh well, they ain't bring no transfer in for no reason, I'd be like, well, what about when Jacob Coker came? Jacob Coker had to sit his first year. People forget about that.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you, go back and look at Blake Sims' last 2 spring games. The 2013, he was like 5 of 10, 2 interceptions. The next year, he was like 10 for 30 something, I think, with 2 interceptions, something like that. So basically, he didn't have good spring games. But that season, he started. He had a good season. He broke the passing yard record that year, I think. AJ McCarron had or something that year. He didn't win us the national championship, but he got us to the first college football playoffs, bro.
Hey, Nick Saban, I'll be right back.
All right.
Just cut on my camera right quick.
All
I'll
right.
be right back.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And that's my thing too, man. I mean, quarterback is a position that you're gonna put a lot of pressure on regardless. But the kid is this is his 3rd year at Alabama. See what I'm saying? With his 3rd year at Alabama, man, he's been into all of the big stadiums. Even though he hasn't played in all of them, but he's been in all the big stadiums. He know SEC football. See what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing away from Ty. Ty is great, but Ty just looks shaky to me, man. You see what I'm saying? And then
And see, this is what I got to say about this. For one thing, I've been saying it all along. I said, now don't get me wrong, I believe Ty has a big upside, but I say this: if Ty was that good, he would have been ran away with it. I still think he's still capable of being a starter. I'm not saying none of that, but I tell people, you gotta go actually look at Ty, where he played at in high school, what level he played at, and if you look at his highlights, even in his highlights, you could tell the play just broke down and he just ran. He ran. That makes you look good. And think about high school, man. When the play break down, you do something, it make you look good. But it was a lot of times where he dropped his head quick and he just took off running, bro.
Mm-hmm. Right, I think he got the jitters to me, man. He just, now that is. I mean, we got to get Jalen to understand anticipation, because he doesn't. He has that I'm gonna hold the ball to the man get out the break type instead of throwing with anticipation. But that's just learning how to play quarterback. See what I'm saying? That's the same thing with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was the same way until he learned how to play quarterback. Every year that kid got better and better and better to look what he is now. We just got to be patient. See what I'm saying? Plus, Jalen's gonna add another element to that offense. So I'm saying, like with the RPOs and things like that. Man, you put that with that come on, man. You got 2,000-yard backs back there. See what I'm saying? But everybody is so infatuated with the 300, 400-yard passing. I'd rather have 100. This is just me. I'd rather have 100 to 200 yards passing, 75 to 100 yards rushing for my quarterback, and we win the game.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
Cause they bring you all around play. They're showing you all around play, bro.
Right.
That's
And then, like you said earlier, it's going to help the defense. That defensive line to be able to get some rest so they can bang.
Yes.
Them big boys need that rest.
Yeah, that's fat, bro. Hey, my son be talking about the big boys at practice. I be like, hey, leave us alone. Because I used to be a big boy. I be like, hey, leave us alone, bro. When it clips, we're going to come through for you.
And see, this is just me. Like with the big boys in the offense, we got the reward. And rewarding them means running the ball. See what I'm saying? And if we reward the big boys like that, man, we'd be great. We'd be good. We got away from that. See what I'm saying? And just think about it like this. And if you want your offensive line to be mean and nasty, run block first, run block, run block, run block. And then once they get to the play action and getting in that mind frame that, hey man, now I'm a dog, I've been dogging you for the first 2 quarters, that passing game gonna open up even more. Just like with AJ McCarron, I just use AJ McCarron for example. AJ McCarron threw for, almost 2,000, almost 3,000 yards, 3,000 yards, you know what I'm saying? His best season. But he had Julio, he had a lot of other receivers, and everything worked perfect because of that running game. That running game opened up everything else, and then it still helped us have a dominant defense. See what I'm saying? That being that don't break defense, that's for the NFL. See what I'm saying? That ain't that you don't really get. That's not really good for the college football game if you're trying to win a championship. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got to make some stops. You got to. We didn't make no stops last year, man.
Nope.
See what I'm saying? The last 2 years, we really weren't making no legitimate stops. Whereas in Georgia was making stops. See what I'm saying? And if you make 3 stops a game, that's 21 points for your team. You're gonna win every game. See what I'm saying? And that's how we should get back to. That's what we should. And then plus another thing that we haven't been good at. If it wasn't for Kool-Aid last year, man, our return game was suspect.
Yes.
We got to get back to having a good return game too. See what I'm saying?
Putting us in great field position.
Yes, because just think about it. From when Nick got there, we've always had we had Arenas. Arenas was the first one. Arenas was always getting us in good field position. From Arenas, then we went to Cyrus. Cyrus was putting us in good field position. So I'm saying last year, if you think about it, when Kool-Aid had good returns, we was set up in good field position. We scored every single time. See what I'm saying? We got to get back to having good special teams too. See what I'm saying? And them boys, it's like back in the day, them boys took pride at it. You had Reuben Foster and all them type of cats that was on that was starting on defense. Minka, them kids was starting on defense, but they was on that punt team, punt coverage. They was on that kickoff recovery. And so saying it made the juice. It made everybody feel some type of way. We went away from that. We went having them third stringers on that dang on punt team and all that stuff. It just took the whole swag out. We was missing our swag for these last 2 years, man.
Yep. That's fact. I agree. KB, you got anything? What's up?
Man, I'm just coming back in, man. What we talking about?
Man, we just on that quarterback situation again. And see, that's what I've been wanting to say. I'll lose my train out, but it's back now. So when Coach Saban said yesterday in press conference, look, ain't nobody to start quarterback right now. We're gonna take the cakes out the oven when it's time for ready. And so that's showing you right there that we talk about Jalen. A lot of fan, but we talk about Jalen when he did the Arkansas game and Texas A&M game. Let's be for real. Bill O'Brien did not prepare Jalen Milroe to be in them situations. When the Texas A&M week happened, you had a whole week to prepare offense that he was comfortable with, but you still prepare as if Bryce was going to walk out there on the field ready to play. And you cannot do that. I say this all the time. You cannot call Lamar Jackson plays for Tom Brady because it's not going to work. You can't call Tom Brady plays for Lamar Jackson. It's not going to work. You got to prepare to according to your personnel. And Bill O'Brien, like we talked about scheming with Tom Reese, I noticed the first year that Bill O'Brien was at Alabama, he did not know how to scheme well. People thought I was crazy. Then when we got in the national championship, we had Jameson Williams, Mechie, and Bryce Young to cover up them deficiencies. But when not Milroe, but when Williams and Mechie was out, it showed that this man cannot scheme. This man can't scheme. And second year, it showed it to me. He cannot scheme. He don't know how to scheme.
He was going to the same well.
Same thing.
Whether it was John Mechie and Jameson Williams, Bryce, he was going to the same well every time.
Yep. So therefore, this year, Saban's not gonna have the problem. Look, ain't nobody starting position. They're gonna have to prove it. So therefore, when we do name a starter, a second stringer gonna be ready, well prepared to come in the game if needed.
Yep.
Hey, can I listen to your comment section? He got a comment said Bama definitely has a talented running back room. The secondary will be a work in progress for Bama. At least their safety, the other cornerback position. That's something I agree with people when they're talking about the secondary. So I'm saying because we got Kool-Aid on one side and the kid down Caleb coming
Yup.
in is gonna be great. Plus, you see what I'm saying? We still got Malachi Moore back there. Arnold was good. Arnold just had a couple little shaky little suspect last year.
He was going through growing pains.
Right, but he is a sophomore this year, second year in the program, second year. He's
Red
going to
shirt
be. I
sophomore.
think, yeah, I honestly think our secondary is going to be better than what a lot of people undervalue. They like, hey man, and, they the last couple years, but you got like we all talking about scheming. Pete Golden scheming was terrible too. See what I'm saying? Like it was a couple
Yes.
times during the games where I was looking at like they had blitzed the cornerback. You blitzing the cornerback, but who's over there in the flats? See what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
And that was killing us a lot of the times. But a lot of us wasn't looking at that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I go back to the X's and O's. The X's and O's was big. See what I'm saying?
Yep. It
And
really
Landry's gonna
was.
get it. Yeah.
But yeah, like let's talk about Terry Arnold. And like you said, people got out. I say he was going through growing pains, and I say that because Terry Arnold, he was going through because you talking about a safety get thrown in the cornerback.
Yeah.
Listen, he gonna go through the growing pains, but he had some bright moments. That's why I'm so high on Terry Arnold this year. I'm like, oh, he had some bright moments. I said, but he was
Mm-hmm.
just going through the growing pains. I said, but this year he gonna have it. He gonna understand his inside. He understands what he wants to do, and I think Terry Arnold gonna be a big time shocker to a lot of people.
Plus, we got
You
that
know who I
kid that's
think gonna
coming
shock
in.
people?
Who
Earl
that?
Little Jr.
Earl Little
Yeah.
Jr.
Earl, right, Earl. And then we got that kid that's transferring from Louisiana, man. That kid is nice. That kid gonna be okay, man. I had watched the film breakdown on him. See what I'm saying? It's just, a lot of people he went to that small school. Hey man, that kid got good size, he got
And
good
when you gotta
speed
play,
and
you can look,
everything.
you be around sport. You a sports man. You like yes. We look at certain levels of football, but you can also tell that dude like, oh, he can play anywhere for real, for real.
Right, right, right. And then just think about it like this. When you got a kid, man, especially as a DB, see what I'm saying? They got experience 2, 3 years of experience like that, getting burnt, getting, you know what I'm saying, getting that confidence took and getting back, it's gonna help. See what I'm saying? When you bringing that in with his size and his speed alone, man, he's gonna help to where even if Arnold kind of start off a little shaky, we still gotta have somebody that come right. What's his name? What's that kid last name? Rick? Is it Ricks? I think
No,
it's Rick.
Dez Ricks.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
Ricks.
there's
Yeah.
Rich. Yeah, that's who you
Yeah.
talking about. Okay.
Right. Yeah, Ricks. He gonna come in. I think he's gonna be a key contributor, man. And
And think
Earl,
about
little
this. Let's
Earl.
talk about Dez Rich. Think about it. He reclassified. He really supposed to be in the class of 2025, but he reclassified and came in this class. So
Damn.
really, he's supposed to be a senior in high school right now, bro.
Mm.
Yeah, he got. You see what I'm saying? All that shit, man. I think we're gonna be okay. I like him. I like that kid that coming from Louisiana, man. That's gonna add that good depth, and they got that good size, man. When you got 6'1" kids, man, 6'1", 6'2", and they both running a 4.3, 4.4, man. All they need is coaching. That's it. The kid from Louisiana, all he need was that extra coaching. See what I'm saying? And he gonna get that extra coaching. I think he gonna be good too. Our secondary is gonna be straight. Now, I, I I'm kind of I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of a little like, all right, what's up with our linebackers? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm really like. Okay, who's gonna be the man that's gonna be calling the plays this year? Who's gonna be the captain of the defense this year?
Okay.
Who is that man?
I'm thinking Deontay Lawson.
Me too. And he spoke
Like
well
this
about
man.
Deontay Lawson. He was talking about, you know what I'm saying, he ain't spent no time in the spring because he had to get something cleaned up. But he was speaking, like, we seen Deontay Lawson play big time minutes last year, play big time, like playing a lot of snaps last year. And another guy that I think gonna actually play beside him, and I've been big on him ever since he came over, is Tresman Marshall. So
To
you
my
got
boy
some
from
Georgia
Georgia.
fans that'll be like, we
Yeah.
gave y'all a lot of trash. Listen, like I tell people, if you a football dude, you knew talent wasn't the reason why he went on the field. It was because he stayed injured. If this kid can stay injured, Trezor Marshall gonna be that dude, dog.
But what about Justin Jefferson? Because he
He,
look like he the man
I'm
too,
gonna
though.
tell you how I feel about Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson is gonna be in a lot of obvious pass situations because he's got that speed to cover and he's gonna close in fast on you. So I see him in probably early down pass situations and obvious pass situations, man. Cause that
Right.
dude's speed,
So
he go ahead.
what about Blackshaw? Because what about that? What was his nickname? Man Child, Man Beast, whatever. Man, he
Yeah,
hasn't.
I call him Transformer.
Yeah, but he hasn't lived up to the expectations so far right now, man.
Yeah,
You
so with
know,
him, it's gonna be. I believe it's a do or die season for you, bro. Like, what you want to do? Are you gonna show that you that dude out of Duncanville High, out of Texas, that we thought you were, or like what?
right,
If you get the opportunity, whatever opportunity you get, he gonna have to make the best of it. Cause I feel like if he don't do what we think he's supposed to do, I feel like this is gonna probably it's gonna be do or die. Other words, you gonna do, and if you die, you're gonna probably be out.
right.
He's a
Now I
junior.
agree with y'all. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying he's a junior this year, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Now I agree with y'all with Deontay. You know, I've been watching him for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching him for a very long time.
but he
I
from now
agree.
Yahweh, right?
I don't. Man, I think with him, I don't know if if he'd be able to be the productive player that he needs to be and have that mental responsibility like that too. See what I'm saying? But
But
at the same time, he has been in the system for a long time. And hey, he played that position where you got to step up
but,
mentally. You
but
see what I'm
my
saying?
thing about it, Kevin Steele is running a simplified defense.
True.
You don't
Facts.
have to do too much thinking.
Yep,
That
yep.
is true. Good
That's
point. Good
exactly
point.
right. Because what we talked about it. Kevin still brings some simplicity. Pete Gunner scheme didn't allow them boys. Like I told you, I sent you the interview, KB, about what Jahad Kemmer
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Chris Brownswell were talking about. He was like, Pete Gordon knew a lot, but Pete Gordon wanted it to click for him right away. He wanted him to get it right away. Versus Kevin Steele, we gonna go through this play. We're gonna go through the processes of play. We're gonna make sure you know this play. And when you think about what they said, okay, Pete Gordon was probably putting a lot on them, and they wasn't getting it. So therefore, we go back to last year. They looked at confused. They looked at that was undisciplined. That was unsure and all that created anxiety versus Kevin Steele, we're gonna go with these couple of plays, and when we learn these couple of plays, we're gonna run it, and y'all gonna play instinctive football. Pete Gordon's scheme didn't allow them to play instinctive football.
All right, man. We gave up, man. Our defense gave up what, like 120, 130 yards rushing per game last
That's
year, bro. We
crazy,
can't
bro.
do that. Yeah, we can't do that no more, man. We see what I'm saying? It make it, but and that all that makes the secondary look suspect when you getting gashed and gaped off on the line. You know what I'm saying? We're running the ball. That's helping the offense out. So it's making our defense, especially the cornerback. Because see, I love cornerbacks. I used to play DB. So I'm saying,
Yeah,
so I'm really like, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But even to that, we almost gave up 200 yards pass. We basically gave up 400 yards on offense last year, man. If you know what
yeah,
I'm saying,
wow,
if you like to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. That's too much, man. That's
man.
too much. It's too much. And you know what I'm saying? You gotta take away one. I know with football nowadays, it's hard to take away both. But you gotta
Yeah,
take away
yeah,
one. See what I'm saying? You got to make somebody one dimensional. And we didn't make
yep.
nobody one dimensional last year. See what I'm
Nope.
saying? They did what they wanted to do on us. See what I'm
Them
saying?
boy, them running backs from LSU was running up the middle on us like where y'all boys at, man? Where y'all at?
Right. Now
What
let me
you
ask
at?
y'all
You was
this though.
told.
Let me ask y'all this though. With Phil, because you know Phil last job down in Miami, man, that didn't look too good.
Hey,
That
this
didn't
is what
look
I
good
this
at
is what I
all.
heard from Miami people. It wasn't still. It was. They say it wasn't still. It was really what Miami got going on. Like I tell people, when people think about Miami, they think about the U. Miami is not the U no more. They're just
You
Miami.
damn sure ain't.
They just Miami, and a lot of people said it wasn't on Steele. They said Kevin Steele could not implement like so much of what he wanted to do. So them kids weren't grasping so much of what he would like to do.
Right. Okay. Cause I'm just like, hey man, you know that Miami defense, man, that was are we? You know what I'm saying?
But you got to understand, Miami defense was on the field most of the game because the defense. The offense was so trash.
Yep, that offense didn't put them in good situation. You're right, KB.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. Though.
The interview I seen with Chris Braswell and Jahai Kemmer, this dude is a Miami guy. His name Footballville on YouTube. He a Miami guy, but he like to interview a lot of the kids, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And he was like, man, when y'all went and got Steele, man, that kind of hurt my feeling, man, because Kevin Steele, one of them guys that been around football for a long time and know the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you're saying. People was talking about, well, they ain't got the like what timing. The talent. Well, at least, you know what I'm saying, on the X's and O's, I can see things. You know what I'm saying?
And see,
on
that
that
I try to tell other fan bases. I said, you got to take the fanboyness out of it and look at it from a football perspective.
One Kevin Steele, Auburn's defensive coordinator in 2017.
Yes.
I was looking at that game last night. SEC Championship 2017, Auburn and Georgia. You know, Auburn beat Georgia that year in the regular season.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. In that SEC Championship, the defense did everything they were supposed to do. Auburn's offense turned the ball over 2 or 3 times, right?
Right.
But the defense, if Georgia wouldn't have Auburn wouldn't have had those turnovers, Auburn would have beat them again. Because if you turning the ball over 3 or 4 times during the damn game, them extra possessions, your damn defense got to get on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't getting the rest that they need to get. But Auburn should have beat them that game, and they would have if it weren't for those turnovers that they committed. I believe they committed 3 of them. So 2 fumbles and an interception, I believe.
Hey, y'all go subscribe to my guy, Coach Dude Sports, man. He speak real. Go subscribe to him, man. And y'all, my phone about to go dead, man. So sure, I'm gonna have to get there and get off this thing, man. This thing good right now too. Y'all
you good?
Yeah. Hey, salute y'all. Roll time, man. Till next time.
Hey, man, we got to do this again, bro. Hey, I got a private. It's a private chat in here thing, man. Hey, send me over your number or something, man, so I can hit you up, bro.
Okay, check back.
All right. But yeah, man. Man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, KB. Boy, I appreciate you for showing up, man. This thing turned out longer than I expected to do.
Hey, no problem, man.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to talk about this first fall camp thing,
okay.
But man, I appreciate all y'all coming in, man. Roll
his name.
What's up?
Coach Dude what?
Coach Dude Sports.
Okay. I'm going to it right now.
All right.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
All
right, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, my phone about to die. So, man.
Okay, all right, man.
I'm about to get off here. Roll Tide, y'all.
All right, roll tide, brother.
Roll Tide.
All right.